All right. Hold on. S- I am. For some reason, why is TeamSpeak not being picked up by the stream software? It is not recognizing TeamSpeak. Emergency Skype call. Hello. All right, you are loud as hell. Let me fix that. Wait. My goodness, why is this not
Annie, if
picking up
you're talking, I
Skype?
can't hear you.
Oh, it's not picking up Skype. No one can hear you. The stream can't hear you. All right, back to TeamSpeak. I want to die. I can hear you. All right, so to update the stream, my streaming software is crazing out. It Hi. Hello? Yes. Hi. So I can hear you, the stream can't, because my volume mixer is not picking up TeamSpeak. So MotPax is giving some really useful information, you guys. It's pretty great. I'm trying. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from me right now. It's 2 in the morning and no one else is home. Hello? Nope. Nothing is getting picked up in the why? I don't know, man. I'm stressed. Okay. So ah, it's just yeah, nothing from my computer is getting picked up by the streaming software audio. So they can hear my voice, they cannot hear your voice or the Dota sounds. I'm sure this is a lovely stream to be watching right now. All right. Well, I didn't forget the overlay. Oh, we're trapped on the corner of the map. There we go. I didn't hit any buttons. Okay. Well, we're going to figure out why the stream can't hear any sounds because this is frustrating. um, well, let's see. Hmm. All right. So, are we making the whole lobby? All right. I'm not going to let you okay. All right. So, let's try to hop into a new lobby here. We'll see if it gets remade. But for now, I'm going to try to work on not having sound. It's all sound not getting picked up by OBS. Like the desktop audio is not there's no green coming in there. And it was working 5 minutes before the draft started as I did a sound check. Hmm. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi. Oh, say something again, MotPax.
Hi.
The stream can hear you. The
Oh, they still
solution
can hear me this entire time.
they could not. Now we have sounds. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, let's go back into the lobby. Let's do this. All right, this is the best day ever. Let's get ourselves a channel. Oh baby, hop in that moonduck slot. Whew.
Jeez. Well, that's kind of funny.
Funny is a word. It's all good.
The
Okay.
gremlins.
So are we rehosting or is what's happening?
What's that?
They're talking about some rehost stuff in the lobby.
Oh, just all pick, I think. Yeah. So.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because the whole draft was done. So we had some really great draft analysis for you guys, but uh,
I tell you,
yeah,
I was all
that's
over the place.
yeah. Someone in chat says some way somehow this is Mott's fault. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Oh,
yes. He did change around our audio rig to put in his guitar amp, so I'm gonna say that is 100% Mott's fault.
see if the TeamSpeak threshold is
It's
functioning.
probably it. It's
Yeah.
also I'm still on the headset mic because our mic did break for.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
understand. And they usually need like super low thresholds for me to be able
Yeah.
to hear you,
All right, let's put that
or else it'll
threshold
randomly
back.
make you stop talking. And hopefully that'll fix it.
All right, is this any better?
Well, I guess we'll find out if you randomly
Oh,
cut off the
baby.
middle of sentences again.
All right, let's get back in it. Oh, look at this. We're trying again.
So they didn't hear either of my 3 summaries for the draft?
No.
No, not a single one. Eh? Okay. That's good.
All right, so we're gonna get into it. This is great. This is my first cast since I got back from DreamHack in Sweden. I have not cast since then. And I was like, oh, there's going to be no tech issues. I did like 3 sound checks today. I got all prepped. I did my stats. I did my notes. And then, of course, as soon as we go live, this happens.
It couldn't just be easy, right? So.
No, I mean, it's all good. It's a lovely 1:30 in the morning here at the Moonduck house. So clearly it's bumping.
Oh, geez. It's cutting out again.
MotPax, you man up, you whiny shit. We're dealing with this.
It's just, I won't be able to hear any of your sentences.
Just make them up.
That's pretty much the point we'll be at.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, nice. Anime intro.
Oh, dude, I love this. It is like the anime final boss. I was telling one of my lane partners that, hey,
Wow,
I
that
got
is
that
something
Luna
else.
set. All right. So, here we go. We are in a all-pick match right now. This is going to be the C Kappa Grand Finals here. It's a best of 5, but Warriors Gaming Unity are starting with a 1-game advantage as they did go through the winner's bracket. So we are going to see minimum 2 games, maximum 4 games, and they are going to be pretty tight. This is a pretty close series.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams, well, I guess, jeez. I'm just going to assume you guys heard absolutely nothing I said. So, Execration and WG have kind of this cool rivalry going right now, right? Because WG ended up with their with Execration slot for Boston because they had visa issues, so meant Warriors Game get to go instead. And then Execration, well, obviously, you know, they were held back, they couldn't go, but they did just end up winning that ROG tournament over in SCA up against Faceless. And so they've been doing very well, looking good. And then for ESL Genting, they won the Southeast qualifier for Execration, but Warriors Gaming, well, some might say, had a little bit of an easy road as they took the Malaysian qualifier, which is the same thing. I believe it was the last ESL tournament that was down there. The original ESL Manila, I think, had a Malaysian qualifier as well, where it was like not just all of Southeast Asia, but it'd be the equivalent of having like a Canadian qualifier for that tournament in Montreal that we did. So not a very difficult field for them to make their way through.
Oh, look, it's a
and
happy
that guaranteed their
face.
slot too. Oh, that is nice.
Oh, that's very, very nice. That is coming out of, oh, here we go. Our Shadow Demon player, which is going to be
but yeah, so
Nova.
definitely looking forward to this one. I already like what DJ's up to right now. In fact, Pink just perfectly drew exactly what Mirana's doing.
Wow. Fu, he's got it. He's on the pulse. We got another smiley face coming out of Shadow Demon here, so he is just really pumped. We got shoulders, arms, and legs. Those are some legs spread wide. He is ready to receive some great Dota.
Oh my goodness. Literally all I heard was receive. He was ready to receive. But I guess that's pretty much the end of your joke, honestly.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, that's good.
I have my threshold all the way down, so it's definitely a mic issue or a
Yeah, that's
TeamSpeak
fine.
issue.
I'll make it work.
Hopefully, I'm not cutting out on stream. In 5 minutes, I'm sure Twitch chat will let me know. They never let me down in that regard. So thank you, guys.
Hee. Oh, and our Luna's having FPS issues. You know, 7.0, guys. It totally affected all.
You
of
know,
our
they did
equipment.
fix the spectator KDA last hits are not overlapping the charts anymore. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm okay with where it is now, honestly. I don't care if it's top left or bottom right. As long as it's not covering anything, I can live with it. So. That's fine. Enemy Shrine, 100 HP, that is correct.
I like how they try to put an icon next to the casters, but they can't, so it's just a sad box. Are these bananas being drawn in the jungle?
Icon for what?
Like when you type, see right there, Fant doesn't have a hero icon next to him,
Oh,
so it just
right,
gets
I
a
see.
square.
Instead of
All right,
right, 'cause we
let's
don't
time
have
to go in
heroes.
cinematic and take a good look at all our heroes. So what's been going on in the life of MotPax?
Sorry, going on with what?
How are you doing,
Oh,
MotPax?
how am I doing? I'm great.
Yeah.
Life's awesome, you know. New Dota patch, so I just watch a lot of Dota. Kind of intrigued as to what everyone's up to. It's gonna be that, like every patch kind of happens where it's like, okay, well this year's been buffed, and then you try and find out if it's finally been enough, or if you're like, okay, that's enough buffs that he's not just good now, he's OP. Let's spam this guy, or you know, in this such a massive change like this, you're looking the other way and you're saying, okay, what was good last patch and what's still good enough? Like, what are we comfortable running that, despite some changes, is still good? You know, maybe Shao Demon Luna would be the perfect example of something like that. Whereas Bloodseeker fits the other build. He's someone that people were talking about. They're like, oh, Bloodseeker's in all the scrims up into Boston. Like, oh, Bloodseeker's going to be huge at Boston. He's going to be in like every game. And then he didn't really make a big showing. So maybe now is Bloodseeker's time to shine. And teams will be more willing to bring him on out, as obviously Warriors Gaming have done right away in game #1 here. And he'll be doing like a utility position 3 rule, which is 3 rule rather, which is pretty cool.
All right. So apparently there's no game sounds, but on my end it looks like they're going through. I definitely hear
it would
them.
be 5 minutes before too.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, game sounds come in. At this point, you guys should have heard them because it's drafting again. I think there's going to be some bugs on all sides. I think we're in for a very buggy tech issue stream, so buckle up. It's going to be fun.
Why a bed? Oh no, is the bed done too?
I mean, we could all go to bed right now.
Getting ridiculous. I can't even scroll the chat thing. It doesn't let me.
You know, but look at the top. We got the ticks to indicate 1 game advantage.
Yeah,
I think
that's nice.
That's a nice little. Oh, they're all diving. We're all going down.
Oh, good lord.
All right, I'm gonna blast the game sounds. Let's have fun with this.
Just crank it up.
Yeah, it's gonna
Sounds
hurt my
good.
ears. Oh, I didn't have open mic on. All right, game sounds. Boom, 78%. They're usually on 15%. You guys earned this. It's your treat. All right, so am I still cutting out to you?
Nope. No, you're actually sounding great now.
All right, I have
so hopefully it
touched
stays that way.
none of the buttons. Execration, well, they seem to be riding my struggle bus right here. Everyone has disconnected, and we're gonna wait on them.
Annie, they're all gone. You're right. They're all gone.
They just been dropping. Updates in our
no.
Skype group are as follows.
Oh.
Are we rehosting again?
No, I
oh.
see people. We're 4 to 5.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, welcome to 7.0 Dota. I'm very excited for this. The first game I will be casting on 7.0. I know you've been a busy bee watching all your games. What's something you've noticed in the high-tier competitive play in 7.0 so far?
Well, Omni Knight, I think he's a very worthy first face ban. I think that hero's really good. So I was happy to see that happen here. Anyone around that same idea too. It's kind of funny that like the idea of position 3 and 4 I think is very fluid right now. So Kangaroo's gonna do this little trick. He can pull a range creep if he does this right on the Bloodseeker here, which is really handy for your lane. But we'll see how much of this is just prepping up for Iron Talenting too. Just makes a lot of sense for him to clear this all out. But the idea of like Clockwork position 4, for example, it was already being done by teams like Escape in sort of like a dual laning sense, but now with the like bounty runes all around, it's a lot easier to be that greedier hero that just needs those earlier levels and everything like that. So I think you might see like someone like Afu can just have a crazy game now on Earth Spirit where you can actually get even more farm than you would have seen in previous patches.
All right, yeah, something I've definitely been noticing is there's not really a whole lot of action pre-Horn. Like, we used to see some pretty bloody rune battles. We used to see, you know, triple kills right at the 1 minute mark, but I don't think I've seen any kills pre-Horn so far in 7.0, which is, you know, you gotta love that blood, you gotta love that ferocity as a caster, but it is making things a little bit more stable in the early game, and I do like that.
Nice snipe by X-Nova up there on that ward. Oh, that feels good. Happy Shadow
yeah.
Demon. But yeah, no, we've seen a couple, but you're right. For the most part, it is just kind of staying on your own side. Some people are willing to do like a smoke into the enemy one, because you can think about how advantageous that is. You end up getting a couple kills, you're usually not expecting it. The Radiant one I think is particularly susceptible up by the shrine in the top off lane, where if you come up over that hill and they're not sitting there, like maybe they've just been went right down to the low ground, maybe able to catch them by surprise. But for the most part, people are good about using that high ground, which is a really big thing about this patch. Huge buff to someone like Bounty Hunter and a lot of roaming supports where you can just kind of stalk around these jungle camps from the high ground, find cores, and have enough time to set up for some of your allies to do some damage. Ooh, swing and a miss up top there.
Yeah, top lane's gonna be pretty busy. We got 3 very spell spammy heroes going onto 3 very spell spammy heroes. A nice crush lands onto 2. Nova, he's still right-clicking through this. We've got Chemo on the Rubik just slapping around Ajit, trying to get what farm he can, but this is going to be a very, very messy lane, leaving it to be one-on-one down bottom. Kangaroo versus Abed, Bloodseeker versus Timber. I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of blood out of there.
Yeah, it's a really nice setup coming from Execration. A lot of people might, you might be thinking like Shadow Demon and Luna. Why would you ever want to aggro trying to Luna? Like Luna's so good in tri lanes, but they have the Earth Spirit on the side of WG. So by going aggro try as Execration, they're helping pull this Earth Spirit up top and take away any additional pressure that Nana could throw it onto Gabby in the mid lane, because OD already is going to have a very nice time in the mid with an Earth Spirit there. Could be a couple kills to really slow down their Medusa. So this way, he's up top. He's not that effective in tri lanes, and it's a Mirana. It's a very survivable core for DJ. He's fine with a little bit of pressure.
All right, so looks like Chemo just going to be leading a little parade. Just, oh, there we go. There's a taunt. Attaboy. But things are going pretty well up top so far in terms of overall last hits. Warriors Gaming, they've got themselves a bit of an advantage. Bloodseeker having a really nice time down bottom. Like you mentioned, OD having an easy lane here. So there's not as much pressure for the Luna to need to ball out of control early.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how Kangaroo kind of moves into that mid game, too. Haven't seen too many Bloodseekers as I was expecting to see some, of course, at Boston, but they didn't end up showing up, so...
There's been lots of Bloodseeker and pubs, MotPax. You got to get into it now. We're going to have a lift in. The arrow not going to connect. Nova goes in for that self-disrupt, buying some time. There's going to be a crush on top. They've got the Shadow Demon here. He's getting low. Will he be able to escape? First blood goes the way of the Slardar, but now there's just going to be a big wall of heroes here. Another crush connecting onto 2. Leap forward from DJ. Should be able to get the kill onto Ajit. And now Afu, the only survivor here, just going to be crawling his way through the trees. DJ has an arrow. Is he going to guess correctly here? Is he just going to go back to farming? What a nice little play from Execration, securing them a nice early advantage in the laning phase.
Yeah, now DJ's up here, and he's chilling 1-0-1. He's got himself a magic one. He's got boots. He's got an Orb of Venom. Like,
damn, Mirana Orb of Venom. I have not seen a whole lot of that in a while.
No, not the most common ranged item, but look, gets the job done.
Now look at that, Afu
3
just
heroes to harass.
Burning that off. Yeah, that was really good. The Slardar crushes have been on point. Do you think it's a self-esteem boost from the remodel? Do you think that's why Slardar's doing so well?
I would say so, yeah. That's probably the only explanation, actually. Oh,
mid lane. Looks like we could have a rotation in. Nana gonna be sitting around. There's gonna be a smoked up Slardar scooting his way towards the mid. Can they actually get the catch on this, though? Nana's been playing very far back. Hasn't really left his high ground the entire laning phase.
Yeah, you know, good old OD Medusa, pretty exciting lane.
Oh, Afu looking to go in and steal the bounty rune. He is able to get the bounty rune, but at what cost here? Looks like he will be finished up quite handily as 5593, not 343, will be picking up that kill.
Yeah, well,
we got too many numbers here. That's like a full phone number.
For numbers here.
343 replaced by 5593. Someone dial that and tell me who answers.
Don't do that.
I think you should. I think that's a really great use of your time right now. Meanwhile, down in the bottom, Kangaroo, he's been slaying it. 25 last hits against this Timber. And, of course, Timbersaw, not fantastic at harassing a Bloodseeker in lane, but is Kangaroo just getting way too much space?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those situations where you're, well, first off, his right-click damage is way better as a Bloodseeker than the Timber, so, and usually Timber's really happy with, like, a straight CS battle because he's just getting experience, like, he's not getting killed out of the lane or anything. You can see now with a couple levels, too, Timber can actually start stacking all the damage, but this is the same reason we see Bloodseeker versus Alchemist or something like that. It's just, he has great right-click damage, and he just regens himself off the creeps, so
all he has to do
Kangaroo, he needs to be a little bit cautious now, though. Like, he's really low.
Yeah, of course, he does have that nice little AoE silence to fall back on, because Timber's just going to sit in that blood, right, unless he wants to fully retreat. Now, moving up here, we could have some more blood in the top.
At this point, he probably can't even come back, sadly.
Shrines, dude.
Yeah. Oh.
Shrines, man, they're so good. You rarely have to leave lane.
Yeah, that distraction for him, but then he already has his Midas recipe here too. So happy life for Kangaroo. He just still needs to watch when Abed hits 6, which will be soon. And man, Abed is just such a monster on Timbersaw too.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting to watch on the hero.
Rotation down. Kangaroo gonna get some help. They'd really like to get a kill on the Timbersaw pre-6, but can they accomplish that? That seems pretty ambitious with only an Earth Spirit to help out, although OD looks like he's rotating in through the jungle, and there is no Radiant Vision of this. They've got very little idea that Nana's on his way bottom, aside from maybe some missing calls from the Dusa.
Oh, nice. Double bounty rune for Abed.
Nana's gonna pick up a haste as well, just gonna bottle that up, save it, so... Man, there's like too many rune pings right now. You can't keep track of who's getting what.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the haste rune now for Nana, so they could probably just wait to set that up, too.
Scan revealing Kangaroo and Afu in the tree line. Very nicely placed from Radiant. And that means Timbersaw is going to be able to hang farther back, just farming up under tower. And I don't think he's going to die here. I don't think that Warriors Gaming can dive that deep onto a Timber. Although if he...
Even with Rupture, it's going to be a pretty tough kill. They don't mean like global to help. They have the hasted OD, and they might wait for that, just like some sort of a fast rotation. I think Nana's thinking about it, but now he's going back. Just like, nah. And with this ward here too, he should always be ready for this.
Oh, TP's down. It looks like Execration. Not only are they ready for this, they might want to get a gank of their own. They're going to have Bloodseeker in lane. The Rubik lift, not too far off though. Chemo doesn't want to reveal. There we go, Kangaroo, gonna get telekinesis stuff. Oh god, they've got the Chakram, they've got the Crush. Rest in peace, Kangaroo. He might be able to land a Revenge Silence on a couple heroes, but that is not worth his life. Meanwhile, up top, we're gonna have a bit of a battle going down. Lucent Beam just landing onto Mirana, gets herself some farm, but she's gonna get disrupted, and oh, that does not look fun. Lots of damage.
Not survivable enough for the silence. Oh, a bed.
He's going in. He's trying to make the plays here. Nova, one hit from death. Are they actually able to get the connect on the Shadow Demon? Ajit looking to make a nice little wall. The Chakram slowing him down. The Lucent Beam, though. Oh, there's a silence up with the Timbersaw. Now Kangaroo comes in, lands the Rupture, and that Timbered Chain is not going to feel so good. Timbersaw hits the deck, and somehow everyone, aside from our Shadow Demon, on Warriors Gaming, survives.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, I want to say props to Chemo. I thought that play down bottom with the Rubik was really nice. The way he like waited for that perfect last hit from Kangaroo, because it was such a small window with a speedy hero as Kangaroo's arrow top. And then top lane too. Abed, like, it kind of looked like he was just getting greedy when he just suddenly went on the Luna instead of the Shadow Demon, but the Shadow Demon had such a distance that there was no way that his Chakram was going to hit him. Like, you can just assume X-Nova was going to get the dodge out, so trying to burst down that Luna. Pretty bold play. Almost worked out for him, though.
Alright, so things are going back to normal a little bit. Kill score just about evened up. Slight favor goes to Execration. But, I mean, things are going great. The last hits denies are getting spread out nice and evenly. Net worth, it's looking good for Warriors Gaming Unity. That Bloodseeker Rupture kill on the Timbersaw really helped out the Bloodseeker get back in that. Otherwise, he would have just felt...
The thing about Bloodseeker is 60-second cooldown is just... It's really not that long. I don't know. It's for some heroes it feels long. For some like Bloodseeker, I feel like by the time I've like regened up or whatever, then I'm just ready to go to another lane and just throw another Rupture. So if they can get momentum going off that, is nice Moonlight Shadow top.
Afu.
Oh, look at that surround, so we can't roll. Well played.
I mean, imagine your Earth Spirit. You just wake up to that. Like, what do you even? How do you respond? You just sit there like, well, yeah, that happened.
Yeah, you cry. I think that is the answer.
Oh.
Just Chemo is just out of there. Sees Shadow Demon, he's like, I don't know where their heroes are. Going home. Bloodseeker's around here somewhere, I'm sure.
Yep, Kangaroo, he's weaving his way through the jungle, but Execration have been doing a pretty good job trying to at least contest some of these definitely bounty runes coming in and definitely keeping track of the dire jungle, just making sure that they've
This is a pretty
got
scary moment
eyes.
for them, though. Deep under the tower, no vision back here, no idea where Bloodseeker is.
When he's coming in, he's got himself a Rupture. Did go for that Hand of Midas. Older Bloodseeker build, but I do like it. Look at that deep roll here. Afu going in. They've got vision onto the Timbersaw. Now he has to sit there and take it. He's going to be silenced up. He's ruptured as well. There's the Lucent Beam, bringing in the damage, and Ajit is able to go through and secure her first kill of the game. They're looking for more, though. Slardar trying to return things with a nice crush. Connects onto Afu, but there's not enough damage. Fairy Fire eaten up, and now we've got this Slardar going way past his comfort zone. Boulder not going to connect, but the Lucent Beam does the job, so that's a double kill for the Luna at only 10 minutes into the game. Fantastically played by Warriors Gaming Unity.
Yeah, I think he was worried that if he went into the tower, they'd end up getting the Mirana too. So try to split down the steps as DJ had already left. But big run back. You can see the power of that Soul Catcher as well as the Rupture. Just like the general burst damage on someone like a Timbersaw does not make him seem tanky at all.
And you've got DJ left to kind of deal with the wreckage of this top lane. DJ's been doing pretty well, 1-1-3. I think Mirana has the potential to scale really well here. I mean, starting with the Orb of Venom, it's pretty unorthodox. What do you think Mirana's going to be building into?
Probably just the... Oh, I guess we can see now. Oh my god, what a time to be alive.
Look at that, Aghanim Scepter. We can see the quick buy. 7.0, changing lives.
But yeah, I mean, that's the most obvious item. Just makes sense. The casual... Well, not casual, rather, but I just, like the earlier Arcane Boots than the mid Mirana, I think makes a lot of sense here, just because the way that they're working that tri-lane, other allies to work around it, and general expectation to be fighting early on this game, too. So, Kangaroo.
Yeah, he's getting body blocked in. He's sitting out of that chakram. It doesn't look great for him. Abed, though, is still walking with the Rupture. Now Afu comes in. Can they actually get the kill in the Timbersaw? It's only the Earth Spirit left to do the dirty work against 3 heroes. I don't know if this is going to go so hot. OD's in. He does land that Astral, trying to buy some time, but oh man, Mirana joins the party, and it's getting ugly. Sanity's dropped down. It's not quite enough damage to finish off the Slardar. There we go, and the Astral actually ticks the damage. It will work out. Nana, though, he got in just quick enough to see his buddy die. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Kimo actually threw out a steal, too, to grab the Sanities, which is a little bit interesting. Not that you guys would know what his int is, haha, right? New HUD.
Hit alt, dude. Alt's
yeah, I know, but it's
look at that.
Awful.
Oh, baby. It doesn't even work when you're spectating. That's
no,
neat.
you have to hover over the little shield thing.
That's quite inconvenient.
The worst idea ever?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep. Well, sorry, guys. That's just life. You guys see a Rubik with Sanities? We'll just have to hover the mouse over the entire cast so you can tell how efficient it'll be.
All right, here we go. Hover over. Oh, I can't without
Yeah, with
screwed up my edge pan. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. But
thanks, Val.
one of the problems with Rubik, or sorry, one of the best things about Rubik is that you can always steal Astral. It's like one of the best spells to steal. It's like right up there with like Ice Path and Fissure. It is that good, pretty much. So.
Well, Fissure's not the best anymore. Let's be real.
What? Fissure's like the best. Are you serious?
I mean, Fissure's as Rubik. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to see a whole lot of Earthshakers picked up for Rubik to steal it from, though.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, it's god tier. Ice Path, Fissure. Those are like the 2 spells that you want. But I thought it was interesting. He saw the Sanities come out, then he immediately stole it. I think it was like one of those Rubik reactions where you're just like, ooh, an ulti. And then you're like, shit, I'd actually rather just have Astral.
Okay. Well, there's our Sanity's Eclipse drop down. We'll see how that plays out for Chemo. I'm going to go with
your mana.
Not so great. I don't think that was a overall net gain for our Rubik.
That was... He definitely did not realize there was an entire team there, obviously, but that was pretty funny looking. Aha!
You got him. All right, we'll see how this is going to pan out, because Warriors Gaming, they're looking to get some stuff done. Lots of TPs in. Execration not going to let this tower go down without a fight. Ajit going back does have his Eclipse ready to go. The coloring of that icon makes it look like he has no mana for it, but okay.
Oh, you're right. It really does. It looks exactly like the faded out blue Eclipse.
Valve, we got some things we got to talk about. All right, going back in. They are able to get the stun on the Slardar. Can he react fast enough? Gets the crush off. The arrow comes in, though. Will connect onto the Earth Spirit. They're going in, trying to lay down the damage. There's a Timber Chain in. They should be able to finish off Afu. Will anyone else go down in this fight? Or is it appropriate time for Warriors Gaming Unity to reset? They're still moving in as 5. They still want to get this done. Astral comes in. Is there anything else that can be done against this? Rubik comes back. He's just going to go ahead and steal himself a nice little Blood Rage. So he's going to be a very angry Rubik. Gives the Blood Rage to Gabby. Just going to go hammer out onto that tower. OD, looking to move forward. Is there anything that can be done on the back lines? You've got Slardar just crushing up. A Rupture comes back in. DJ, he just has to sit there and take it. There's nothing he can do. The Mirana does go down, and there we go. An Eclipse popping out. The Luna ready to burst down every hero that comes into her way. And they're moving forward. They are able to get the Deuce isolated down. She's got her mana shield on. Still plenty of mana to go. Can they burst her down through this? With 5 heroes there, it looks like they should be able to. Bye-bye, Snake. And hello, Tier 1 Tower for Warriors Gaming Unity.
They actually seemed kind of scary to go into. I mean, they're all set up there. They've got all these arcane boots too. So maybe if you're like sitting this Medusa up front, you can just keep throwing some mana on top of her. Just in general as a team, you can keep spamming out their spells. But that one Rupture, just a little bit too close, and DJ was all but dead. And from there, the whole fight falls apart. Abed really couldn't get anything going. Now he's still behind enemy lines. He runs into Afu.
Yeah, he's going to be fine, though. Oh, if he's stuck on a cliff, though, maybe not. I think he miscalculated that timber chain just a little bit. Now the heroes are starting to surround on him. I mean, he's got a TP, but he's not going too far. There we go. 35 seconds down. This timber saw had a pretty strong lane, but now he's struggling. He's really just sitting on Arcane Boot's Soul Ring with no other real progress towards his Bloodstone.
That was a nice time to kick by Afu. Like, perfectly waiting until he saw the timber chain starting.
Top tower, there's going to be at least a trade going down, as mid lane is getting pushed in by the Dire. Execration able to get some map objectives for their time, and we'll see how that's going to pan out. Tier 1's down in both top and bottom lanes, and mid's getting a little bit nasty.
It's, a little better for the Dire, I would say, but Execration, obviously, they can't really fight mid right now, and they need all the gold that they can grab right at this moment to try and get DJ up in the Aghanim Scepter. He's almost there. He's only 600 gold away, and they're going to have to try and look for some sort of a big wombo combo between the Slardar, who almost has the blink, actually has the gold for the blink dagger. So this is the biggest moment for Execration. I would guess they would want to wait for the Aghanims on the Mirana before they reveal the blink.
Slardar
However,
has
this
a very
Dire ward just saw Slardar make a beeline at full HP to the slot shop, so they'll know the blink's there. In fact, he walks right past the ward now, too.
Yeah, Slardar's got a very feminine waist now in this new remodel.
Who has a feminine waist?
Slardar. Look at him from like a... Look at that. He's got a girlish figure. He's pulling a Deuce.
Oh, he kind of does. Yeah, a little hourglass.
Yeah, Deuce has got it too. Look at them. They are like little twinsies. All right. Anyway, we're going to have Deuce go and taking out this first stack of Ancients. Going to be the new guys. I like the model of these. They look real cool. Anyway, going straight in towards the Yasha, so looks like we're going to see either a casual Yasha pickup or just going straight into the Manta style.
Yeah, I think it looks like typical build, I guess. Yasha, Linken's, Manta. Doesn't appear to be any sort of a change here. Not the worst Scotty game, too, as we move later and later. A lot of magic damage coming out. Might eventually need a BKB, of course, too, against the OD. So, pretty tough game to itemize as a Medusa. And smoke up here as well. So, we are so close to this Aghanim Scepter. But they're not going to find anything on this excursion.
We got 2 smokes all across the map, so basically just don't go here. That's not good. And focus on towers. There's going to be a TP back from the Earth Spirit. Yeah, he's not going to like that. So great. Just going to be chain stunned up. The crush, the arrow, the lift, and finally the Chakram does the damage. Abed just going in, asserting himself back into this bottom lane. And they're going to be taking the tier 1 tower. There's going to be a TP in from DJ too. Similar mistake. One support comes in, and it's not going to feel so great. DJ not going to get silenced up there by the Blood Right, but still having to sit and deal with that rupture damage. The Fortify buying themselves some time. All the rest of the TPs coming in from Execration. Looks like they are able to drive back Warriors Gaming Unity, at least for now. The arrow coming through. Just going to hit onto that melee creep. And Chemo, he's taunting. He's ready to go. Wants to find something here. Has the telekinesis on cooldown. Just going to pop the Fable here, but will get himself loose and beamed up. And it looks like there will be more than enough damage to get him down after the Astral, but he's actually going to get back. The Sanities finishes the job. The rest of Execration are starting to crumble. They're looking to get something for their pickings. They will find the Luna. DJ, he's low, but he's still fighting. One more hit from the OD will take him out. Looks like they're trying to focus down the OD. Abed, timber chaining through, finds himself a double kill. Oh, this is getting bloody.
Rush.
They get a little more time to focus down on Kangaroo, but there's still 3 Dire heroes alive and angry. They're going to bring in Abed, but Abed's mana pool could be a little fuller. Stun going to miss onto Slardar, but he is silenced up. He's just squiggling for his life and decides he will not make it out. Now Kangaroo gets super, super low, but there's just no gas in the tank left for Execration. They've got to back out.
Wow. So all that initiated just because Warriors Gaming were going to try and just race them, basically. I mean, they're the Luna draft. You certainly would love to be trading towers in the sense that, like, when they're both starting on a fresh tower, obviously Warriors Gaming is going to finish it off first. So they get a lot of damage pumped on that tower. Sadly, they didn't have any dust on, like, the Bloodseeker or something to try and captain that Mirana, as he's, well, I guess just relatively low on slots. And, oh, we're about to have the Aghanim Scepter on him, too, which is, I love this use of the backpack, where you can just go 3 items, like your Aghanim Scepter, and then now he can just wander himself over to the side shop, or rather the secret shop, and he gets money.
Oh, it's so good. Your supports can always have wards now. There's no reason they can't. You can just keep yelling at them till they buy all the wards.
Yeah, it's true. And the like stashing smokes too in the early game is really great. Just always having them ready, never having to wait for a courier to fly out a smoke. Which, I mean, we see that all the time, even like competitive games. But
fantastic. Yeah, I think the new update definitely made things faster paced. Like you're hitting your level 25 before you were ever hitting level 23 before, even with the rescale. Just the bounty runes, the team fighting. I really like the dynamic change of Dota. So we'll see how that continues to play out. God, I've been playing too many pubs. When I see the skill tree like plus pop up, I want to click it. I want to pick their skills for them. What do you think is the most OP skill tree thing?
Who do I think is the best one?
Yeah, like what's the most like, oh come on, that's ridiculous kind of skill tree thing?
I don't even know actually. I think some of the ones for Puck are pretty crazy.
Dude,
like
the
orb that he
double
gets at the
illusory orb speed, you can just go from the tier 1 to the tier 3 in like 0.25 seconds.
Else. But then his other one is like 300
Look at that Slardar waist. Look at that squiggle. God damn.
Invis squiggle.
Alright, either way, Execration definitely playing as a team, making it hard for WG.Unity to go in and get those little sneaky pick-offs, which is something that you love to do when you have a Bloodseeker, when you have an OD. So it's making it a little difficult for the Dire, but the Dire do have a kill advantage in terms of overall net worth. It's going to be just about even. Same with XP.
I feel like this next fight is going to be a disaster for Execration if unless they can blow up Kangaroo right away. Because I assume his 2 targets will more than likely be... Well, I mean, DJ and Timber will be great, but judging by how the fight's probably going to be set up, he'll probably end up getting the Timber and then the Slardar. But even if, the Slardar is not necessarily a core in this situation, being able to stop him from the constant crushes during the team fight, he can't do anything, right? He gets ruptured, he's just pretty much dead. And Timber Saw, I think you're just going to need it with Soul Catcher to try and bring this guy down. But... the whole fight is going to come down to Medusa and how she can make them, force the enemy to not be able to run into them, make it so they can stand their own ground and not allow the rupture to be effective. But that's so difficult to do. It's only 6 seconds on the Stone Gaze, and it's a 12-second duration on rupture.
Oh, 2 ladies on cats running by each other. DJ just sitting there in the trees. Hasn't been hit by Shadow Poison. There we go. Got the vision. There's going to be the Disrupt coming down. The Starstorm comes in, but the leap away into the teepee. They can't break this. They've got nothing left. Oh, that's got to be... pretty bitter for Warriors Gaming to let them run away like that.
Yeah, not for Gabby is too. Just immediately trying to push bottom as fast as he can. And run back to his team. This is one of the more interesting parts about this patch too, is Roche. And just, in general, it's a lot harder to grab early on. This Dire team, with the advantage that they had, not even, I guess, an advantage. It was what, 2,000 or so? It was just the overall team fight advantage. The fact that there were a lot of times this game where Execration physically could not have fought into them. They would have just grabbed the Roche previously. They would have went down bottom. That tower was dead a long time ago on the Radiant safe lane. Roche would have belonged to the Dire, no question by now, I would say. General zoning abilities they have are fantastic. But now it's there's a shrine here. You have to have a pretty big advantage to go into Roche. You always have to be worried about the TPs coming through. Yeah. And it's a little bit harder to snag up for these death volley lineups around 25 minutes.
And I can't speak too much for the pro games because I haven't watched a whole ton of them. I just got back into casting a couple days ago after my vacation. But there's even just high-level MMR things. There's less vision usually prioritized around the Roche pit. It's more about controlling the bounty runes, controlling the enemy team's jungle, making sure you see their rotation. So Roche pit gets kind of neglected here. We see both teams not having vision of really anywhere around the pit.
Yeah, now you'll see a lot of prioritization on shrines. They're a great tool to try and get into enemy territory. If you imagine the Radiant one here, just always wandering yourself in from there. Oh.
Chemo able to go and TP himself out. Nana didn't have the cooldown on Astral to hold him in place, and now up top we're going to have DJ just continuing to push in the wave. So Execration definitely doing well in terms of lane push, but we haven't even started to see the potential of this Luna into the late game. Here we go. There's going to be Afu coming in, kicking some boulders. We'll get the stun off on the Slardar, but can they hold him in place long enough? The Magnetize comes in. Look at the damage being dished up by the Lucent Beam. Can they finish him off before the Moonlight Shadow takes place? They can. Nana, with one swing of the staff, will get about 250 gold for killing off the pesky fish.
Yeah, good use of the Magnetize there, honestly. Just make sure the damage is going to be stacking so you can't blink away. You're not going to lose him in the tree line. Piece of cake.
Alright, Twitch chat, I'm going to give you a time to shine. There's a 5-minute delay, so I won't be able to see anything for 5 minutes, but tell me any audio issues happening now. Is my mic clipping? Is it too loud, too soft? Is MotPax loud enough? Not loud enough? You'll never have loud enough MotPax in your life, just let me know.
True, that is true.
Alright, so just going to be farming up. Bloodseeker with the first item, Aghanims. He's had that for a while, and it looks like he is going into the 4-staff, so lots of mobility prioritized for him. He's got the 2 charges of Rupture, so we can just Rupture you, force you forward, dealing a significant amount of damage, so I like this build from Bloodseeker. Not going for the ultra right-clicky one, though.
Yeah, or the Radiance.
Oh!
Player.
Just gets pinged out angrily, but there's nothing he can do about this. Finally has his Bloodstone up, still on the initial 12 charges. Is he able to really go in and man up right now? Because Warriors Gaming Unity are starting to play as, you know, a wad of 3 or 4 heroes at all times as well.
No, I think they're like, just do not fight them, guys. Use our Timber,
Don't
use
touch
our
them.
Marana, burst these waves, avoid fighting at all costs, especially until this Lotus Orb is done. Being able to bounce that back on the Bloodseeker would be fantastic. That would be a pretty decent way to at least try and counter him up. Sadly, he'll just kind of turn into like a kamikaze, essentially, where he'll just run in. I'm sure he'll probably just rupture the Timber anyway.
Damn, Nova with another really nice sentry placement, dewarding the Shrine, making sure that Execration are dealing with as little vision as possible. They've got a nice ward here in the Dire jungle next to their Shrine, so gonna see some rotations coming up, especially if Warriors Gaming go up through the mid lane. We might have a little rumble in the jungle. Execration, they're positioned up top, and Warriors Gaming do not want to let them have that. Nova is going to take out this ward, but it gives them the vision they need to know what's going down here. DJ blinks forward, but just wants to leap away and not deal with any sort of engage right now.
Yeah, so far they're doing a pretty nice job of pulling Warriors Gaming around the map. They don't really have a good setup. Maybe this bottom tower would probably be the next thing for them, but they can't seem to get quite far enough. You know, they're abusing the trees up top. DJ's doing a very nice job on the Marana, ensuring the waves are always being pulled back, and see if they fall for this little bit of a bait here. I don't think they will. Oh no, Chemo.
Chemo, he's doing what he can, trying to make some space. There's going to be the Disrupt. Afu just going on through. They get this stun. They're just so much damage. The Moonlight Shadow comes in, but they've got Dust. That's going to be what they need to get the kill. Earth Spirit pulls that one out. Meanwhile, these two under the Moonlight Shadow are just going to go squiggle themselves to a safer place and try to TP home.
Oh, that's scared. That was close.
Just a little bit too late.
TP'd out.
Afu,
It's about time
he's
to
not
get some of
giving
these
up.
cliff wards going.
Down in the bottom lane, we're going to have Kangaroo getting a little bit low there. Timbersaw is going to be hopping back out. Warriors Gaming Unity, they're all TPing in. It's going to be 4 Pyros now in this bottom lane. They're going to smoke up, maybe trying to look for the Timbersaw, but he's just going to be out of there. Really mobile right now with that Blink Dagger pickup early.
Yeah, I like that Abed also switched off. Like, his quick buy was set on the Lotus Orb, but now he switched over the Boots of Travel, because the way this game is going, it's going to make more sense for him to be doing that instead for the split push. Hopefully, I think, ideally, he'd want to get farmed enough that he can get into something like the Lincoln Sphere, but the Lotus is so good against the Silence.
Nana going in, trying to burn down Gavi's mana and do some damage. There we go. We've got Bloodseeker coming in. There's going to be the Silence coming out as well, and I don't think that Deuce is going to get out of there. One more hit. That means Afu actually takes credit for that really big kill. And now straight into the Roche Pit. Execration, I think they know what's going on, but can they even deal with this right now? All 5 heroes still up, full health, full mana, and ready to re-engage at any notice.
Yeah, Nana's pretty upset just because Arcane Orb doesn't work on Roche anymore. Sad life, you know.
Well, Roche has a Santa hat, so I think that balances out in the Cosmic Universe.
For like 3 days, my Roche had a blue hat, and I don't know why. No one else I saw had that bug.
He's
but
Jewish.
I even like cleared the game cache. It was still blue, but now it's red again.
All right.
So I'm a little upset about that.
I really think it... Okay,
It
whatever.
was a very festive blue. It was like a neon blue.
That sounds really pretty.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Either way, Aegis is going to be on the Luna. She's got herself her Manta already and her Dragon Lance, so she is content just to sit there and push Shadow Demon. Not going to get that illusion, but content just to go.
Nice arrow.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
Okay, God,
That's a
dude.
gem as well.
Wow, that's a giant. I mean, you do not expect that to happen. That's so not on the Bloodseeker, but goddamn, very impressively played here. That's the kind of plays they need, right? That completely stifles this push. I would imagine they should get some vision going in this whole area. A little bit more old school Dota when it was all about controlling up that jungle, but if they can do so, take down that bottom tower. You know, maybe the problem is it's just not that worthwhile of an investment anymore. Like, if you commit a bunch of wards down here, take this tower, what do you even gain? Like, farming up the jungle is not as profitable as it used to be. Then again, I suppose you get this ancient camp, and then you can just like hover over and grab this one too, so maybe it's okay, but they're playing this game pretty damn chill from Warriors Gaming. It's very different than old Dota. In old Dota, they would be like all up in this jungle's grill.
I mean, they're trying. They're about to get all up in a grill. Here we go. Nana forces himself forward, goes in for the Astral, but did he bite off more than he can chew here? We're going to have Slardar getting stunned down, getting low. There's going to be a BKB out from Nana. The Chakram still spinning on through. Here we go. Chemo, oh, almost dies, but will be able to run back down the lane. Just barely alive. Bloodseeker's probably losing his freaking mind with all the thirst right now. They get the kill onto the Rubik. The Slardar goes down as well, and it looks like Warriors Gaming Unity have a really nice window to go and push mid. There is the call to continue to push top with DJ, but I don't think one Mirana can outpush 5 very content heroes.
Well, at least he has no tower to worry about, but these this draft from Warriors Game just has so many answers to what Execration have, especially when this kind of a state. Like, the Moonlight Shadow is relatively useless at this point, just the thirst, all the damage they can throw from their spells. By the time Moonlight Shadow comes out, these supports are underneath 25%, so it doesn't matter. You don't even need that gem anymore that they had just lost. Like, everything's fine. Still have 2 ruptures.
Yeah, I mean, Kangaroo, he's been knocked down a couple times this game, but he's bouncing back pretty well. There's going to be the Rupture on DJ. The arrow misses. The Mirana is crippled, and it looks like the Lucent Beam along with the Bloodright finish him off, and that's going to be odd shit, just raking in the gold. There will be that disruption, just trying to get some more illusions of the Luna. She's content just to keep wailing away onto these structures, has the Mantis style as well. If you need more Miranas, Lucent Beam going in, and look at that Slardar just get cleaned up. Now Gabby bringing out whatever he can, goes in with the Stone Gaze, but there's going to be the Eclipse going on through the entire time, so yeah, Mirana, she'll get stunned, or rather Luna will get stunned, but she doesn't really care too much. Mirana on the back lines, I mean, DJ hasn't really been able to get consistently close enough to get the most out of that double Starstorm.
Too scared of that Bloodseeker. I mean, if she tries to come in and make that play, she's just going to get ruptured.
Shrines being activated underneath the racks. It's not looking good for Execration. Warriors Gaming Unity showing that they definitely did come in through the winner's bracket. The Stolen Eclipse bouncing around from the Rubik, but doesn't hurt all that much. Now Nana, he's going to be getting himself low, drops the Sanities. Will he end up going down here? He's one shot from death, but he's just sitting there hammering on the tier 4. Slardar is going to be moving in, but not able to find anything, gets stunned up, and now Abed moving forward, timber chaining, trying to get himself out of the base, throws the Chakram out, will find the kill on the Shadow Demon. It looks like they want to get the kill onto Ajit as well. Are they going to be able to do so?
Get the Aegis?
No, she's going to be able to get herself back up. And now in the jungle, it's all getting real.
Oh my god, that is actually insane. I thought Nana had the Aegis the way he was playing, then I looked at his inventory and he didn't. I was like, oh my god, what is this guy doing? That's unbelievable that both those cores got
Dota 2, Ajit's still fighting, what are you doing? Got the Aegis, it will end up popping. Abed, is he going to be able to capitalize on this? Just throw the Chakram on the respawn. It looks like that will be the play. The crush back in. I think this is just an example of a very cocky Luna. Going to be going back in, manting up with, oh! Nice Lucent Beam, turns things around. They're able to cut through the health of that Timber Saw. And now he's in the grave for 25 seconds. Kangaroo, he's running around.
Nana's actually insane. Like, Nana's the only reason that works. He does the full wrap from that tree play down around the river and back into the fight. Unbelievable. I can't believe how deep he went with, like, 10% HP. Not even. It was like 2% HP.
It was
what a boss.
Not a whole lot of percent. That was phenomenally played by Warriors Gaming Unity, and it feels like Execration are now just scrambling. They're not quite sure what to do. They don't know who they can take. Warriors Gaming Unity are doing a great job of sticking together during sticky engages like we saw during the Stone Gaze. No one really cared. No one was trying to run scared from Medusa. They were just like, all right, let's wait for this to be over and reset. And even Rubik, with the Stolen Eclipse, wasn't able to turn that fight back in Execration's favor. He's just too squishy.
Yeah, you would kind of expect Warriors Gaming maybe to be the team that would be having some trouble with general control. I mean, they only have Earth Spirit, but this is an Afu Earth Spirit. Guy's pretty well known for being a legend on this hero. One of those teams that was picking Earth Spirit back when the guy wasn't really that cool. Even now, I suppose, he's not exactly the most popular fellow, but more than likely, I think you'll be seeing teams sharpening up their Earth Spirit skills in the days to come. But despite having this Slardar and the Rubik, and maybe even the general control of the Timbersaw, they have pretty big problems holding Warriors game at this point of the game. I mean, they're just so far behind. It's difficult to force them into a really bad spot. It always feels like Warriors Gaming, they've, they took this kind of risky Bloodseeker off lane, but it worked out. He's ahead. He's got this Aghanim Scepter. He's a big threat to them, and they can just dictate the pace of every single team fight.
Oh, smoke coming in. This could be the nail in the coffin for Execration. Warriors Gaming, they're coming in, they're looking ferocious. There's going to be a blink forward. They see DJ activate an arcane rune. Nana force-taps himself forward. There we go, there's the blink. They've got the mobility. And there's going to be the Astral just trying to make sure that no one's having a fun time. The Crush comes up, but there's a Rupture on to 5593. Meanwhile, Ajit just letting the Eclipse go. Will be sitting under a Chakram. That's going to hurt X Nova as the health pool just isn't there. They lose the Shadow Demon early on. Gabby, he's still feeling healthy. He's got no mana and now no health as the OD moves forward. They're starting to clean up Execration. They only lose the Shadow Demon on the side of Warriors Gaming Unity, and in the end, Timbersaw just kills himself to be the full team wipe. That was a nice little gank there.
Yeah, I absolutely love the way Nana's playing this game, honestly.
I love the
rare.
mobility on OD.
Yeah, he's never really a big stand-up player for me. I mean, he's a fantastic player, but a lot of the credit obviously goes to like DJ and Afu too. Usually they're the ones that stand out. Kangaroo, Nana, even Ajit, they don't really get a lot of love, I find, on Warriors Gaming, but this is a game to me where just Nana is crushing it. Like, he doesn't have a defensive support. He's got a Shadow Demon, but that Shadow Demon is just all about the Luna, right? He doesn't care about Nana. You think Nana's getting disruption saves? I don't think so.
Nana's 13, 1, and 7 right now. He's just having the time of his life.
He doesn't have an Omni Knight or an Oracle or anything, but this guy is just blinking in. He's got the backup of his team. He knows that, like, if someone tries to go on him, they're going to get ruptured, or he's going to be surrounded
Aww.
in a Blood Ray.
Chemo has to run away from the one illusion damage coming out of the...
Look at this guy!
You alright
Just
there?
Get out of my house!
It's not even his house. He's in a guest's house. It's very rude, Nana.
No, it's his.
Alright.
He owns it now. They've moved in, I think.
Either way, that's going to be 2 full lanes of racks for Warriors Gaming Unity. Do they try to go for Megas here? Do they just back off and go take Ancients, clear the jungle? It looks like the call will be to go get the creep wave and clear out the top lane and just really put their final mark on this game. I think it's over. Is there any way you see Execration coming back in this?
Highly unlikely. I mean, it comes down to Gabby needs an MKB to deal with the butterfly, but he's obviously very far away from that. It's just not going to happen.
Was this just a poor choice of a Deuce game? Or... I mean, it feels like Deuce has just been unimpactful, and that's nothing bad against Gabby. We've seen him go absolutely nuts in other mids that he's played, but it just feels like it was not really the hero to go against the very snowbally lineup of Warriors Gaming.
I think that's the thing about Deuce, though. Like, well, first off, she doesn't have a drow, so her life's always going to be a little bit harder, so you need that bigger lead from your whole team, and the other 4 heroes didn't quite get the lead that Medusa needed by the time she was going to be impactful in this game. And that was Scythe, too.
Warriors Gaming, they're playing pretty patiently, just waiting for the wave to come up, trying to force Execration to leave their base to initiate, but they're pretty content just chilling under their tier 3. It's their last shot at staying in this. I don't think Execration really has a great Mega Creeps lineup. Oh, here we go. Lincoln's popped. Gabby, he's sitting there with the Lotus Orb. This could get pretty nasty. Ajit going to be forced forward. There is going to be the leap up. Oh, they got the telekinesis. There's going to be a little bit of damage coming back out. The Rupture trying to do what they can. They've got the Shrine activated on the Slardar just so he won't go down here. Meanwhile, on the low ground, we got BKBs for days coming out as Deuce is just going to start to get burned down. No more mana for you. The Sanities finishes the job, and this is a godlike, or beyond godlike, Nana streak continuing. These racks are not long for the world, and the GG comes out as Execration know they just can't take any more of this. We're going to be going into game number 2 of this best of 5. It's now 2-0 in favor of Warriors Gaming, as they did start with a 1-game advantage due to the winner's bracket.
Wow. I definitely would not be expecting a quick 2-0 here today, but, you know, it could happen. Warriors Game, they look very good. Highlights of this game for Execration. In terms of, oh, I can open the scoreboard. All right, we got it to work.
All right.
Decently timed blink, I think, on the Slardar, although maybe it's just hard to tell with the new patch and everything, but it still seemed really fast for a position 4. And I guess that was their big moment. You know, if they ended up getting that to work and they were able to get some sort of momentum going with those crushes and the Agnum Scepter coming in around the same time for DJ, maybe they could have turned this game around, but it was really tough for a bed. That Bloodseeker was just mega farmed. They always focused on a bed every fight with Soul Catcher and Rupture, or Soul Catcher plus other spells. Still proving that Shadow Demon, you know, at first it was a Shadow Poison that was disgusting in lane. Made him really good, he started getting picked, and then Shadow Poison got nerfed. And then everyone just started maxing Disruption. And we went with that, and made all these illusions and everything. Illusions are getting nerfed, and we're now into how Soul Catcher is still an absolutely disgusting ability. So, you just can't kill this hero, it seems.
Well, we're going to have to see if things change up. Again, game number 2 coming up of this best of 5. So sit tight. We're going to take a little break and cross your fingers. No more tech issues for games 2, 3, potentially 4. So again, thank you guys for watching and see you right after this break.